Welcome to Defense 365. This is not just another Defense GK series. This is a complete defense masterclass, specially designed for AFCAT, CDS, NDA, CAPF, Agniveer, Air Force, Navy, and Army aspirants. Our mission: one video, one chapter, complete preparation. Before we begin, here's today's most expected exam question. Who is the Constitutional Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces? A Prime Minister, B. Defense Minister, C. President of India, D. Chief of Defense Staff. Pause the video and choose your answer. Don't worry if you're unsure. By the end of today's class, you'll know not only the correct answer, but also the reasoning. Chapter 1. What are the Indian Armed Forces? They are responsible for protecting India's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Remember this definition. The Indian Armed Forces are the military forces of the Republic of India, defending the nation by land, sea, and air. Now here's another exam question. How many primary armed services does India have? The answer is 3. Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force. Remember this mnemonic. Land implies Army, sea implies Navy, AIR implies Air Force. Never confuse this with the Indian Coast Guard. The Coast Guard performs coastal security and search and rescue. However, it is not counted as one of the 3 primary armed services. Exam trap. Question: which is not one of India's 3 primary armed services? The answer is D. Coast Guard. Many students lose marks here. Chapter 2. Why 3 services? India has 15,000 kilometers of land borders and a coastline of more than 7,500 kilometers. Above all lies India's airspace, which must be protected from enemy aircraft. Each service has a specialized responsibility. The Army protects land borders. The Navy safeguards maritime interests. The Air Force secures the nation's airspace. Remember, Army equals land, Navy equals sea, Air Force equals sky. This 3-word trick helps answer many 1-mark questions. Chapter 3. Who commands the Indian Armed Forces? Question: who is the Supreme Commander? Prime Minister? Wrong. CDS? Also wrong. The correct answer is the President of India. The President is the Constitutional Supreme Commander. This is a constitutional position. The President appoints the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chiefs of the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Remember, President equals Supreme Commander. Quick revision: 3 primary services: Army, Navy, Air Force. Coast Guard, not one of the 3. Supreme Commander, President of India. MCQ practice. Question 1. How many primary armed services? 3. Question 2. Who protects maritime interests? Indian Navy. Question 3. Who is the Constitutional Supreme Commander? Correct answer: President of India. Excellent, you're off to a strong start. Before moving ahead, here's a question. If the President is the Supreme Commander, then who actually runs the Indian Armed Forces on a day-to-day basis? Many aspirants get confused between the President, Prime Minister, Defense Minister, Chief of Defense Staff, and Service Chiefs. Let's clear this confusion forever. Think of India's defense system like a pyramid. At the top is the President of India. Remember this carefully. The President is the Constitutional Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. But does the President personally command military operations every day? No. The President performs constitutional functions and acts on the aid and advice of the government. Exam tip: always distinguish between Constitutional Supreme Commander and day-to-day defense administration. Who is responsible for defense policy? Answer: the Defense Minister. The Defense Minister heads the Ministry of Defense. Major responsibilities include defense policy, defense budget, procurement of weapons, and overall administration. Memory trick: DM equals defense management. What about the Prime Minister? The Prime Minister chairs the Cabinet Committee on Security, or CCS. This committee takes the highest level national security decisions. Memory trick: PM for policy decisions, DM for defense administration, and President as Supreme Commander. Now, who is the Chief of Defense Staff? The CDS is the senior-most military officer in India. The post improves coordination among the Army, Navy, and Air Force. But remember, The CDS does not command the three services. Each service continues to be commanded by its own service chief. The CDS promotes jointness and integration. Major functions include being the principal military advisor to the Defense Minister. Memory trick: C for coordination, D for defense planning, and S for services integration. India has three service chiefs: the Chief of the Army Staff, Naval Staff, and Air Staff. Operational command remains with them. The CDS coordinates the Service Chiefs Command. Let's revise. President, Constitutional Supreme Commander. Prime Minister, chairs Cabinet Committee on Security. Defense Minister, heads Ministry of Defense. CDS, Principal Military Advisor and heads Department of Military Affairs. Service Chiefs, command their respective services. Now, you're ready for the exam. Welcome back, aspirants. Today we delve into the core organization of the Indian Armed Forces, a crucial pillar for your upcoming defense exam preparation. The Indian Army is the largest service, primarily tasked with land operations and safeguarding our borders across some of the world's harshest terrains. Understanding the hierarchy is essential. It flows from command down to corps, division, brigade, battalion, company, platoon, and finally the section. To remember this easily, use the mnemonic: cool dogs bite big cats playfully sometimes. Note that the section is the smallest tactical unit. The Indian Navy ensures maritime security, protecting our vast coastline through coastal security operations, anti-piracy missions, and humanitarian aid across the high seas. The Navy is divided into three operational commands: Western in Mumbai, Eastern in Visakhapatnam, and Southern in Kochi, ensuring full maritime coverage. The Indian Air Force provides strategic air power. The squadron is recognized as the basic operational flying unit, maintaining air superiority and logistical support. Modern warfare requires integration. Tri-service organizations like the Cyber, Space, and Special Operations Commands work together to counter non-traditional threats effectively. The Andaman and Nicobar Command is India's first integrated theater command, where all three services operate under a single unified commander. Furthermore, the Strategic Forces Command manages India's nuclear assets, ensuring a credible minimum deterrence under the guidance of the Department of Military Affairs. Let's recap. The President is the Supreme Commander. The CDS heads the Department of Military Affairs, and there are three naval commands. Time for a quick MCQ round. Who is the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces? Your timer starts now. The correct answer is the President. Next, which department does the Chief of Defense Staff head? It is the Department of Military Affairs. Great job on completing today's lesson. Comment mission. Day 1. Complete below to track your progress. Keep studying hard for your goals. We leave you today with the solemn reminder of our heroes. Jai Hind, and see you in the next session.